going to look at unitary method, which is a method of calculating percentages when you are not given the whole 100% amount, okay? Unitary obviously has the word unit in it, and it refers to the fact that we use in this method 1% to help us work out what the full amount is. So unitary, it's to do with 1%. So imagine that you're given a problem like this. You might have a problem that says something like 70% of the shoppers that were surveyed shopped at Coles. And in this survey, 425 people said they shopped at Coles. The question then might be, how many were surveyed in total? Okay? Now, you can't just find 30% of 425 and add it on, because that doesn't work. If 425 people said that they shopped at Coles, that means that that 425 represents 70% of the whole. Okay, are you all with me now? So, that means then we need to find out what 100% is. So what you do is you take your 425, which represents 70% of the whole amount, and then you divide it by that 70. Because what will that give you? 1%. It'll give you 1%, won't it? That's right. So that will give you 1%. And then in order to find the 100%, what will you do? Multiply by 100, that's right. Multiply by 100. So, on your calculators, there will be a decimal. So 425 divided by 70 is 6.07. Now, obviously, you can't have 6.07 of a person, can you? But if you times it by 100, you can get rid of that decimal, can't you? I know you've rounded it to 2 decimal places, so it comes to 607. Now, if after you'd done that, it was 607.1349 or whatever, you would round it to 607. You would round it to the whole number, because in this we're talking about people. If it was money, it's slightly differently, so we'll look at a money problem as well, okay? So that is how you would find out how many people were surveyed in total. Because 70% of the people answered 425 was 70%. You divide it by 70 to get the 1%, and then times it by 100 to get the original number. Is everyone with me? Okay. So, this is used for discount questions. So let's say that we've got a jet ski, okay, and it's being sold at a 15% discount. So this jet ski is being sold at a 15% discount, and the discounted price is $525. And the question is, what was the original price? Because often in these questions, you're given the original price and asked to find a 15% discount from it and find out the new price. That is a kind of a B at the highest, or a C type question. This is more like an A type question where you have to do it backwards. Okay? So how might you do it? Jeswyn?
You divide 425 by 15.
Right. Have a think about this. The jet ski, the discounted price, it was 15% off the original. So that discounted price, what percentage of the original price does it actually represent? 85%, isn't it? So that is 85% of the original price. So 525 is 85% of the original price. So to find the original, we would do 525, divide it by 85, which would give us 1%, and then we would multiply that by 100. So, yeah, so that would be, and it's money, remember, $617, 647, whatever. Now, what do we do with money? You round it to 2 decimal places. So this would be $617.65. And in this case, the price actually matches the cash price, because remember, a cash price has to end in a
5
or a 0. That's right. Okay. So everyone with me with that one? Okay, great. So let's just do one more like that. A tall boy. Do you know what a tall boy is? A tall boy is like a chest of drawers. Like a chest of drawers. Oh yeah, Owen. Yeah, you are a tall boy, but you're not a tall boy, because a tall boy is chest of drawers. Okay, so a shopkeeper buys the tall boy, okay, and sells it for $700. He has made a 17% profit on his original investment. Okay. So what was his original investment? So what that means is, what did he actually pay for it? So again, what you have to think about is, what percentage does that cost represent? So think about it. What percentage does that cost represent? No.
Wouldn't it be 117?
It's 117%, that's right. So that represents 117%, because it's the original amount he paid, which is 100%, plus the 17% profit that he made. So how am I going to find out what the original price was? What will my calculation be? Doesn't matter just because it's above 100. Lachlan? Yes, so you'd do 700 divided by 117, and what would that give you?
5.98.
1%, and then you would multiply that by 100. $598. $598. Okay. So that is the original price. Now this is one of these are tricky, because you have to work out whether or not the amount you're given is the original or not. If the amount you are given, bless you, is the original, and you've got to apply a percentage change to it, you can then add or subtract the percentage. So if you're given an original amount and asked to decrease it by 15%, you can find 85% of it. If you're given an original amount and asked to increase it by 30%, you can find 130% of it. When you are given an amount, though, and you have to find the original, you've got to work out what percentage that new cost represents. So do you all understand why that is 117% of the original? Okay, great. Please stop it. So we'll do...